What up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the SNA podcast on December 15, 2024, on week 15, Sunday Night Football review video, which was the Green Bay Packers taking on the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, Washington, like in the stadium. Which I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's a I don't know what it exactly was called, but yeah, they were in there. You would thought this would be like a NFC showdown like competition, right? Well, not exactly, because this is where we saw them ending up. This ended up turning into a blowout, and let me tell you, like it was not the home team that got the blowout. If I tell you a spoiling secret, like considering what I'm wearing right now, you already know. Like for those that are aware, but if we're unaware, you're gonna see exactly who won, like and what exactly what I mean. And this is where we got. This is where we got things started off with what's his name? With the Green Bay Packers get the ball. This is where he started passing it to Josh Jacobs. That was getting first downs. But this is where on this round he only got like a gain of 8 yards, which it was like what's that called? And second and 2. This is where we got then going to the next play. This is where he passed to Jacobs again. He makes the first down and more, but this is where it was first and goal, like around the 6-yard line. This is where then they scored right here. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way, but this is where he ends up like passing it to who was it that he scored a touchdown with? It was he tried to go to Josh Jacobs, but he roughly got like a gain of 3, at the 3-yard line, making it second down. But that's where he ends up passing it to who was it? Was it he fake passed it to the other running backs where we got Jordan Love, went for a run. That's where I believe he crossed the line, or he nearly did. He was like a yard short. It was third down, like third and goal, I should say, at the 1-yard line is where he ends up passing it to Josh Jacobs and ended up getting in the end zone for a touchdown, making it 7-0. And at the beginning of the first quarter, this is where we saw the Green Bay Packers kicking it right back to the Seattle Seahawks. This is where then they try to go for a drive to answer back to the Packers, but it ended up not being in their favor. This is where we got what happened. It was and this is where we got but this is where we got this is where they got the ball. This is where unfortunately it was not exactly how they planned it when they were at the 25-yard line with Geno Smith going for a snap. This is where then we got him going for a pass. This is where we got him trying to go for a throw right onto the who was it? The DK Metcalf. That's where it was. It was a gain of 15, like a first down and a half. This is where, like, they're right at the 40-yard line when he caught it, first down. This is where he tried to pass it to his running back. What's his first name? Like, Slayton, I believe that's what his name is. Yeah, Slayton. He only got a gain of 1. This is where, it was 2nd and 9. This is where we got. That's where we got, what's his name? Geno Smith going for a snap. This is where Tyler Lockett try to go for a motion. This is where it goes for he's going to try to throw it right onto what's his name? What's his name? It was a fake pass to what's name? The Shuffler. This is where you got Geno passing to number 87, which has a common number for tight end. Which was who was his name is, but he only got that's where he got shy of a first down on this play. This is where it was like 3rd and 4. This is where they try to go for the play, but he ends up getting sacked. This is where it was Benjamin Cooper, the linebacker, that came right in the middle and stops Geno. This is where they had no choice but to kick because they lost about 9 yards on the drive or on the snap. That's where they end up booting it right back to Green Bay. This is where Green Bay then did it again. Somebody better call Britney Spears. And it And where we saw Jordan Love then came out there with his fellow offensive players in the Green Bay Packers. Is where then he goes for the snap. He's like, all right, 115, 117, 127, 137, 187 with one of the receivers in motion. Well, actually, he this is where we got his other running back ran 9 yards. Where then he did another, but this is where he got the first down, like with this play by number 31. Was it? I'm trying to think what his name is. It was Josh. It was Josh Jacobs. As backup running back or second string running back. And they ended up putting back Josh Jacobs out there to give the other running back a break. This is where then we saw. That's where we got Jordan Love was back in the field, like getting ready to go for another play after a group huddle of telling his teammates who he's going to pass it to. That's where it's like, all right, 119. I said 121 hike, and this is where try to pass to Josh Jacobs. That's where we got a timeout been taken by one of the teams, which ended up being was it Green Bay, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, it was the Green Bay timeout that he called timeout. Is where then we got them taking like about 60 seconds. Is where he passed it to Jaden Reed that ran for a good like 7 yards with him just running off of everybody. But this is where I think it was exactly 9 yards. I skipped it. I missed it by a couple of yardage. This is where. And they went for second and one, definitely getting the first down and maybe even more. With after Jordan Love snaps the ball, I believe he ended up like passing it to was it Josh Jacobs? Was it? Oh no. No, it was Kelton Jenkins that got the first down. Like he got like a gain of 3 or 4, but you got an extra 2 or 3 yards on the first down. Maneuver. This is where we got what's his name, Jordan Love. Then snaps the ball. This is where he passed it to fake pass to Jacobs actually. Then he tried to do it to the Reed, but this is where you only got into like 2 yards. Like this is where it was Josh Jones, the corner, that tripped over Reed from getting the first down. This is where then we got. Jordan Love, then they go for the next snap, like with him telling what's his name, Josh Jacobs, that to go to the right side position. That's where we got Lee Reed and got in motion behind Jordan Love. That's where he passed it to. That's where he passed it to. What's his name, to Dobbs? Yeah, what's his name? Romeo Dobbs. Yeah, that's who it was. And let's say this won't be the last time he throws it to this guy, and it's going to be a very impressive play that I'm going to talk about right here. This is where it ends up being 14-0, not looking good for the home team. And you're seeing exactly what I'm referring to, like, because, for those that are unaware, you would expect it to be for Seattle to make a comeback, right? Well, we're going to get into that in just a moment. But what are your thoughts on these 2 straight touchdowns by the Packers so far? Let me know in the comments down below. But this is where they end up kicking it right back to the Seattle Seahawks. And this is where they finally scored, but unfortunately not a touchdown. Because this is where we saw this is where we got Seattle getting the ball. This is where then they just start off right onto this third drive onto their game. This is where snap. This is where we try to throw it right into the second straight, actually. This is where he passed it to. This is where he passed it to. Who was it? Was it Shafford? This is where it ended up getting pushed back. Like it was a holding penalty on the offensive lineman. This is where they got pushed back 10 more yards, which it was like 1st and 20, was it? Yeah. But this is where they only got 7 yards on the first play. This is where it was 2nd and 13. He got a throwing play by Geno Smith. This is where Jackson Smith caught the ball, was it? Yeah, Jackson Smith that caught the ball like right to the left side. And this is where then and this is where, he got the first down, like doing the impressive throw. I was surprised Geno wasn't doing this the whole time. Maybe he was afraid that he would probably get intercepted if he kept doing too much, but it wouldn't have wanted to hurt to throw it to his receivers more often than he was doing right here. But it's where he passed it to. And they'll do it to Stafford again. This is where then he gets about like a first down, maybe even a little bit more. This is where it was I believe, the end of the first quarter, which it ended with it was 14-0 at the end of of this quarter. This is where we got but this one got Seattle trying to go for a run, but ended up losing a yard at third and 8. Well, no, 3rd and 2. Because they were 2nd and 1. This is where then they probably go for like at least one more play. But yeah, I think this ends up like not being exactly how they planned it to be. That's where they try to go overthrow. But that's where he ends up getting sacked, brought down by Rashad Gary, like of the linebacker, number 52 of the Packers. And he started doing a little dance, like a little celebration. That was very hilarious. This is where they had to kick a field goal. This is where that's the only thing they gotten in the first quarter, like not for the first half. I mean, the whole first half. Let me rephrase that overall, because then he got no points at the first quarter because that was only Green Bay with them getting 2 touchdowns while Seattle haven't scored no points. But it's where they ended up kicking it. Like they did a really in their roles of being in the lead. Is where then we got. That's where we got. What else happened? It was what did Jordan Love did? Like, he threw it to Josh Jacobs, which he went. Well, no, it was Watson. Yeah, it was Watson they threw it to. Yeah. He caught right into the left side. Jordan Love threw it in that area. He caught it right there, and then he landed right out of bounds. That's where we got Watson. Then go for another snap. Fake pass, or not fake pass. He passed it to who was it? It was Jacobs, Josh Jacobs that tried to go for a run. That's what it showed. Yeah, Watson again, the receiver. He caught the first down right near at the 20. That's where we got another pass by Jordan Love, which he only got like about an extra yard, making it 3rd and 6. This is where then we got him. Then we're going to try to throw it right into the tight end, like which was who was it? It was Dobbs. Yeah, his receiver, what's his name? Romeo Dobbs. This is where we're about to hit another touchdown in. But this is where he got covered by the safety or corner. That was that corner, yeah. It was a corner that was distracting him from keeping him from catching the ball and making the touchdown. That's where they got stopped at 4th down. After that, 4th and 6. They had to go for a field goal, making it 17-3. You know, if what's their name? If the Seattle Seahawks are lucky enough, they could score probably score a touchdown here, like actually 2 touchdowns, so it can tie the game. But do you think kick right on to right back to Seattle? It's where Seattle tried to do their best of trying to at least score 1 touchdown before the break, but unfortunately not in their favor. This is where Geno Smith, if anything, Geno Smith got worse things was about to happen to him rather than the better. Even though he passed it to what's his name to who was it? Number 11. He's going to what's his name? To the John Smith. No, it was was it Jordan Smith? I don't know. Like they threw it to him. That's where he passed it to running back. Right on to Scofford, yeah, that's what he threw it to him or passed it to him, which he ran to the right side, looking like he could have gotten the first down, but he stopped and slid right in the middle, but he ends up getting tackled, like even though he got a couple yards. It's where he tried to throw it to that exact same running back, but it's where then he gets stopped by making an incomplete pass. It's where he was like, where the heck is the run? Where the heck is the flag for the referee? Here's where the referees finally threw a flag, and this is where they finally explained what the penalty was on, which I believe was against the Green Bay Packers, like of a holding, defensive holding, which a 5-yard penalty of an automatic first down straight ahead to the Seattle Seahawks. But this is where Gino tried to throw it to who was it? Was Jackson Smith, yeah. He threw it to Jackson Smith right to the right side, managed to get a first down on that play, which was a blessing in disguise, like for him to get that late holding penalty. But this is where we got them going over it again with Jackson Smith and Jacob, yeah. That's where he passed it to Jackson Smith yet again. Like with but his last name is very different and very hard to pronounce. But yeah, this is where he got like a gain of I'll say 3 yards if I'm being honest. Actually 2 yards, like when he went to the left side making it 2nd and 8 is where then Gino was like, all right, 161 70. He can do it. He the fake pass to the running back, threw it to the receiver of Fant. It was to Fant, which he only got a gain of 7, like, but not enough to get him a first down. That's where he was trying to go for another attempt to get a first down and not a touchdown. It's not 187, 186. Hiking his way, it's not at all. Then I got Gino that went for a run. That's where he slides down. Is where there's a flag on the play. However, that's why they consider a hole on the defense, if I'm mistaken. Like, that's where we got an extra yards and the automatic first down, along with the first down they already gotten. But this one got Gino and continued. His Ryan is dominating on the offense. Is where he did try to go for a throw, try to pass to go touchdown. It's where it looked like he's about to get a touchdown, but it's where I just try to throw it to Cooper, but it's where I know it was the Cooper. I mean, they're trying to throw it to the receiver, was it? After Lockett was in motion, is where it threw it right to the left side. Smith and is where Jaden Cooper brought him down. Is where he is where he got like about like probably a couple yards, like a gain of how many yards? Like about a yard actually. Like it was 2nd and 9 is where he didn't try to throw it right on to Jackson Smith and the Jacob, like, but he gets stopped by the Green Bay defense. They were not sharing this, not sharing a point right here. This is where he ends up getting. This is where Valentine intercepted, Geno Smith's pass, where he caught and he ran right into the 15-yard line before he got tackled, making this the Green Bay Packers ball. I'm like, dang, it was so close if he's making this like a touchdown behind kind of scenario. But Green Bay like manages to pull off an upsetting turnover right here, which is probably likely a life-changing and game-changing moment, if you ask me. Because like this is where they I think they scored again on the drive. But that's where there was a holding penalty over onto the offense. But this is where we got Jordan Love then snapped the ball, passed it to what's his name, Josh Jacobs, which he got like a gain of I'll say 4-3. Yeah, it was like about. I know I could be wrong. I'll say probably about a gain of 8, like with him like making it 2nd and 12. This is where we got. He's going to his tight end Kraft right into the middle of the field is where, but But it, but it's where we got what was it? An offside penalty, but it was declined by Seattle defense. Like within trying to jump and try to go sack. What's his name? Jordan Love is where they showed them like it's where they showed them like hyping them up of being in the lead, even though they're away. It's where the powerful force in all of sports entertainment came on, which is the commercial break. But when they got back from the advert, is where and Green Bay was already out like at the 45-yard line, past enemy territory. This is where we got Jordan Love go for a throw, passed it to Jaden Reeds, which he roughly got like a gain of 3, making it second and 7. This is where we got Jordan Love going for a snap. He's like, all right, I hut one up 163, hut 67. Hut 69 hiking is where then he snapped it. This is where we got Jordan Love and go for a throw. This is where you throw it to Romeo Dubs, but he only got like a gain of, I'll say, a gain of 2. This is where we got, it was 3rd and 2. Like this is where we got like at least one more down to do before the end of the play. This is where they ended up going for the play, but I believe this is where it ended up calling a timeout. Was it? No. It's where I know 3 and yeah, Green Bay to 6, I believe. Yeah, 3. The score was 3-20. Yeah, around the second quarter, they were only losing by 2 touchdowns, and you expect Seattle will get into their act together, but unfortunately, it was not exactly how we would predict what would be happening next. But this is where we got the coach was interviewed by one of the reporters saying the Green Bay Packers are redeeming themselves like this. And at this point, like they're doing things one play at a time. This is where the female reporter like, yeah, thank you for giving me that information. This is where he head out to the back, like to see like what the players are going to be planning on doing or whatever it was. It worked successfully. Just saying, because I like the way they did that. Like. Right, the way they played today, and they're starting to be my favorite team again, and they totally had me entertained, like if the Chiefs were playing. But this is where they started talking about that Josh Allen started playing like Superman. I'm like, oh, they're reminding me of Josh Allen beat the Detroit Lions out of all teams. Like they could beat them and the Chiefs, but not the. They could beat them and the Chiefs, but not the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams are almost at the 3rd place spot, if not already, which I think they're almost there, but they're like in the 2nd place spot. Like I could be mistaken onto that, but yeah, like my point is I don't think that's a good idea to be. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea to just I don't think that sounds logical, but sometimes the NFL is confusing. They're also talking about Jalen Hurts and what's his name? Jalen Hurts and what's his name? AJ Brown. They got into it, but it was like a typical like family thing. But even though they're they're pretend football brothers and not like blood related, but that doesn't matter when it comes to having a bond similar to a brotherhood. Like that's all what it counts. But anyway, this is where they showed them like they were working together against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers were messing up, giving away like about a couple of takeaways, and this would help that the Philadelphia Eagles remain like a second beatable team in the NFC side, making their record known to be like 11-2 or 12-2, just like the Detroit Lions, like after they took the L against the Buffalo Bills. And they were also talking about tomorrow when we're going to be seeing the Minnesota Vikings, I believe, will be taking on against the Chicago Bears. We're also going to be seeing the Las Vegas Raiders against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not sure if I can make any promise on that game, but I will make a review for Minnesota and what the Chicago. But it also showed the Chiefs that they're still number 1, and I started being happy. like the PTSD is over, like because I don't have no more of that. Like after seeing Josh Allen like in the win, especially like when him beating Detroit, something similar to like he did with the Chiefs, which I don't want to talk about. That still give me night terrors to this day. But yeah, hopefully that the complete opposite happens at the playoffs, which I think Chiefs are going to do every single trick in the book like they always do, like year after year after year when it comes to the playoffs, which they're being unbeatable in the division round and winning like about probably 4 out of the 6 AFC Championship games they've been in, and also winning 3 Super Bowls out of the 4 they went to, and yeah, and they look like they're gonna go to their 5th Super Bowl and win their 4th title. But man, we just need to keep our fingers crossed and hope and pray that that does happen. Like, well, at least in my sake, me as a Chiefs fan, of course. But yeah, this is where they should are talking about all the games. Like, yeah, from the Chiefs versus Cleveland and Cincinnati versus Tennessee, and then we got Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia, which is the battle of the Pennsylvania teams, the Pennsylvania State teams in the NFL, which they're saying like, oh yeah, like it was the running back on the Pittsburgh was at fault because he was not focused enough, and that's why he easily dropped the ball. Like, I say that's true, but that kind of sounds harsh at the same time. But after they got done talking about all the stuff, which my favorite part was the Chiefs, of course, because they're now 13-1. They're definitely number one in the AFC West, but it looks like they're also going to be staying number one in the AFC overall. And I think they're number one in the NFL overall as well. Because now Detroit took their their second ever loss in the season. They're no longer tied with the Chiefs as number one. But at the same time, unfortunately, we got Patrick Mahomes gotten injured. Hopefully, it was just for now, and I hope and pray that there's not going to be a very permanent damages until that he's going to have to take off like a couple of weeks, or even he's out for the rest of the season, even if they do go to the playoffs, and not to mention the Super Bowl, like in a Carson Wentz kind of situation. Speaking of Carson, and the Super Bowl MVP of the Philadelphia Eagles, now current Chiefs player. That sounds similar when he was on the Eagles. He had to be pulled out and they put in Nick Foles in there, and he helped win the Super Bowl against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. But yeah, here's where we got the game was back on. This is where we saw they got the ball. I believe it was the Seattle Seahawks, because since Green Bay got the first, it would make sense if they get the ball, because whoever wins the coin toss gets there at the first quarter, but at the third quarter, the other team gets it. This is where we got Geno Smith doing it to DK Metcalf. This is where we got we got a running play, but then we got a couple of yards. But here's where it ends up getting a gain of 6 or 7 yards, making it, I'll say about 3rd and 2. But it's where we got Sherman that got a first down of gaining those 2 yards, and maybe even more. This is where you got Geno Smith try to go for a throw, but it's where we got Devontae Wyatt came out of nowhere and twirl Geno around and knocking him down for a sack. And I was like, yeah, poor Geno. He's you're not having too much fun right now, especially with him struggling of making plays, and trying to make a huge comeback here, but they're only down by 2 touchdowns. That's where there was a flag on the play, which I believe was too many. I believe it was the too many players on the field, which it was a 10-yard penalty, which they had to be pushed back 10 yards, making it 3rd and 19, if I'm mistaken. But that's where we got Geno Smith there. Geno Smith was about to go for a throw. He ends up throwing it to the tight end Fant, but there was a flag on the play, however, but it had to be pushed back because there was the offensive holding, right onto the center, of the play. That's where we got That's when they get pushed back 10 more yards, making it 3rd and 29. Like, which that's something rare to see in the NFL. Like somebody getting penalized double times of getting punished by 10 extra yards. Where we got Gino throwing it to the Shumay, but this is where then he only got like a gain of, I'll say, like a gain of, I'll say, 12. Like, but this is where we got Dixon. Like, he came out. This is where he goes for a kick. This is where we got that's where they're at the 7-yard line, if I'm mistaken, or something like that. That's where then we got Green Bay starting right there, and I was like, Green Bay's gonna be definitely scoring something, and I guess I was right on one thing about that. But we're not gonna get into that in just we're not gonna get into that until in just a second. But this is where we got what the Jordan Love go for a pass on to Josh Jacobs, but he ends up getting stopped by the Sal defense, like most particularly the number 91 defensive tackle. And surprisingly, they keep stopping them, like, and they didn't went nowhere past the line of scrimmage. They had to kick right back to Seattle. I'm like, maybe Seattle will make a comeback here. Like, well, not at this moment, at least not like. All right, we're gonna get into that more, but it seemed like at this round it was more like a hot potato kind of situation. And right at that point, I apologize, like saying that point at that time is where we got we got Gino to try to go for a throw right onto, who was it? It was number 11, his wide receiver. That was in motion, like George Smith or Jackson Smith. This is where then he gets clobbered by the Seattle defense, where then he ended up having some leg problems. Like if he was his version of Patrick Mahomes, like, oh no, like what is up with these quarterback stars? Are always keep getting hurt, and for no reason, they just like somehow, some way, they always have an injury in some capacity, and it's always towards the leg, because the defendermen love taking out the leg of quarterbacks, which that's their secret to success, I guess you could say. Like